So it is early in the NBA season at the time we're recording this. It's been only 7 games so far. But God, the Milwaukee Bucks fucking suck. I mean, it hurts for us as big Dame fans, but at the same time, they kind of deserve it for hiring Doc fucking Rivers. Before we start talking about the Bucks, if you haven't already, make sure you leave this video a like, give us a subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on one of our videos. So like I said, at the time of this recording, the Bucks have dropped their 6th consecutive game. It dropped to 1-6 on the season. Their 2nd straight to Cleveland. Haven't won a game since opening night where they beat Philadelphia, and that was a Philadelphia team without Joel Embiid or Paul George, so I'm not putting much stock in that. And over that 6-game losing streak, they've lost some games to some good teams, Boston, Memphis, twice to Cleveland, but they also got beat by double digits at home against Chicago, a game that they surrendered 133 points, and they lost by 13 on the road in Brooklyn. A horrible start to the season for Milwaukee. Recording this on Monday night, they just lost to Cleveland. They are bottom of the Eastern Conference standings, and they are tied with Utah for the worst record in the entire league. And they get the Jazz on Thursday, battle of the 1-6 teams. And even if they do win that game, beating the 1-6 Utah Jazz at home is not going to inspire much confidence. Oh, this team's turning around, right? Part of it, it has been a fairly difficult schedule. You play the Cavs twice, we're unbeaten. You play the Celtics on the road. You have to play the Grizzlies on the road. Probably should have beat the Nets and the Bulls. And their schedule does open up a bit after this. They have like a long 8 of 9 games thing at home in November, some winnable games. So they could turn things around. But so far, it's been awful. And for us, it's conflicting to see. Like, on one hand, we want to see Dame win. We love the dude. He did so much for the Blazers while he was here. But on the other hand, Blazers got their picks. They got their pick in 2029 just outright, and then they got swaps in 28-30. But it's almost like they're falling apart like too early, too quickly. Like, give it a couple more years, then fall apart, Milwaukee. They're already doing it in Dame's 2nd year. Bottom out in 2027. Yes. Not right now. So how did the Bucks get into this situation? Well, quick recap. Last offseason was one of massive change for Milwaukee. They suffered an embarrassing first-round loss to Miami that cost Mike Budenholzer his job. And, I've made this point a couple times in a few other videos about the Bucks, but losing in the first round as the 1 seed is never good. At the same time, that Miami team, it's not like they got bounced in the next round by New York in 5 games. That team went on to the NBA Finals. They beat New York. They beat Boston. The only thing that stopped them was Jokic and the Nuggets. So, yes, it was bad to lose that team in the first round, especially in 5, but with the benefit of hindsight, probably not as bad as it initially seemed. Right? Also Giannis got injured. He had that back injury in that series. Game 5, they probably should have won. Who knows if he doesn't get injured, if Jimmy's just not torched and doing whatever Jimmy was doing that playoffs. But yeah, it felt like an overreaction. You hire Adrian Griffin to be your next head coach. He was a 10-year veteran, had a lot of experience as an assistant, but still you're hiring a guy who has no head coaching experience. And then a few months later, you make the massive trade to go and get Damian Lillard. I completely get going and making the deal. In some ways, it felt like that team had kind of peaked. It didn't feel like going into next season, they kept the same roster. They were going to be a championship team necessarily. If you have a chance to get a guy like Dame who's coming off maybe his best season of his career, it makes sense. But you're giving up Drew Holiday, you give up Grayson Allen, and then you give up any flexibility you have in terms of first-round picks until the 2030s. It was still a huge risk. You get Dame, you felt good about it. They were immediately talked about as a title favorite, but still a big risk given Dame's age and his contract. Yeah, to be fair, the Bucks season, if you're just looking at the standings, started pretty well. 30-13 after 43 games, tied for the 2nd best record in the Eastern Conference behind only Boston, and they make the decision to fire Adrian Griffin. Now, the Bucks defense had gotten significantly worse from the prior season, and people were pointing the fingers at Adrian Griffin instead of maybe pointing the fingers at Dame as they probably should have. You swap out Holiday, who's one of, if not the best point guard defender in the NBA, for Dame, who's one of, if not the worst point guard defenders in the NBA. So that might have had something to do with it. And there were rumblings about Griffin not being on good terms with, his star players or most of the roster. But still, you fire a guy who had won almost 70% of his games as your head coach, and the guy you replace him with is Doc Rivers, the guy who got run out of Los Angeles, who got run out of Philadelphia for consistently under-delivering in the playoffs. That's the guy you peg as like the replacement that's going to lead you to the promised land. I don't know if I'll ever understand this one. It just felt like such just a panic fire. Like you're doing everything mid-season. You're calling up Doc, who's calling games for ESPN. Like they fully panicked. If this would have happened in the offseason, like maybe you have some more time. You can look at other candidates across the league for maybe assistant coaches or something. And everyone knew like when it happened, it wasn't gonna work. Like yeah, we all saw it coming, and so far it hasn't worked. You finished 19-20 with Doc. You get bounced in the first round by the Pacers. Granted, they were heavily injured. Of course, Giannis missed that series. That Pacers team just had their number that season. But it brings you to this season, and so far, clearly Doc being the guy, and no one is surprised. Yeah, I mean, this is not like the 2016 Cavaliers where you fired David Blatt, but you clearly had a replacement. Like you had Ty Lue. Like this is the danger of firing a guy mid-season. You have to have a replacement in mind. I mean, technically they did have a replacement, Terry Stotts, but remember they fired him after like a week of training camp? Yeah, because he and H. Griffin got in a scream match. Yeah. But even if they had brought in Terry, it's like we know what Terry is. Like, yeah. Terry is good, not great. Can't get you over the hump. I mean, even going into this season, like, we both acknowledged when we did our prediction video that we were a little nervous for them. You know, it kind of felt like maybe this was their last chance to win with this core, but at least me personally, I still thought they were definitively one of the top 4 teams. I figured you get Dame, Giannis, Middleton, all back, all healthy. I low-key thought they had some decent offseason additions. I mean, Torian Prince is a solid 3-and-D guy. I've always been a big fan of Gary Trent. I know they still have Doc, and they did bring in Darvin Ham, which is just like storm clouds over your arena. And you just bring him in. So maybe I should have known better, but I was totally got hope that Dame and Giannis maybe could overcome that. And so far, they just haven't. I mean, you beat Philly on opening night, but again, no Embiid, no PG, so you better beat them. And then you follow that up with 4 straight losses, all of them by double digits. You surrender no less than 115, and even in that game, you lose by 13. In their past few games, it felt like maybe they could get back on track. That Boston game, they were playing them tough, but it's Boston, you know. Boston's just going to get hot. They were torching from 3. Then against Cleveland, those back-to-back games, it really looked like, at least in one of them, they were going to get the win. First off, the game at home, you have a great start. You led by as much as 16 in the first quarter. Cavs fight back, but still, Dame knocks down a mid-range jumper. 9 seconds to go, gives the Bucks a 1-point lead. Then Donovan Mitchell breaks their hearts with that mid-range shot, puts the Cavs back up, and then Dame gets one last look. I don't think it would have counted anyways. I don't think it would either. I mean, Dame and Giannis, this was their best game together of the season. There was one play, I remember, where Giannis had like a behind-the-back pass for 3, which was one of their best like moments together as a duo. It kind of felt like if you could have won this game, you got Dame and Giannis putting up great games together. It would have been a great momentum win to give the Cavs their first loss of the season, but Donovan Mitchell just ripped their hearts out. I mean, Dame gives you 41 with 10 threes, and Giannis gives you 34, 16, and 9, and you lose. Albeit against a really good Cleveland team, but still, you think if Dame and Giannis go for that, you win that game. And the next game, this time on the road in Cleveland, a lot like the first in some ways, but also different in other ways. Like this time it was the Cavs who jumped out to a huge lead. They had a 19-point lead just before halftime. Milwaukee, though, they battled back, took the lead right before the end of the third quarter. And then after AJ Green hits with 3 to 6 minutes left, they're up by 8 on the road in Cleveland. And at this point, I'm watching the game. I'm thinking, okay, you know, they're gonna get one finally, right? This could be a huge momentum win on the road in Cleveland. No Giannis. Still, you go on the road, you get a win. But Cleveland immediately rips off a 10-0 run. Now I'm like, oh, they're gonna fuck it up. But then Dame ties it up, hits a 3, gives them the lead again, and now I'm back on. Okay, we're gonna get this one, right? Finally. And then the Cavs. Too often, hopes and dreams can feel out of reach. Challenges become barriers, and barriers become walls. That's why Freddie Mac Multifamily is partnering with lenders and sponsors to open doors to new possibilities and help renters find their way through. Together, we're promoting efforts that not only ease barriers for today's renter, but create a foundation for future generations to go further and thrive. Like flexible rent payments, which provides grace for the nurse who just so happens to get paid on the 5th, not the 1st. Or personal development programs like financial education and after-school tutoring, which give both. Score 8 straight, and they beat Milwaukee again. Dame goes for 36 on 11 and 12 shooting. Bobby Portis fills in for Giannis, gives you 21 and 18, and AJ Green hits 7 threes off the bench, and you lose again.
And really, like, this team has all the same problems as last year, and now they even have a couple new ones.
First, you got to start with the defense. I mean, we basically know this. Any team with Damian Lillard on their roster is going to suck at defense. There was a couple years when he's still in his 20s, when we had like Chief and Aminu, where we were all right on defense. We were average at best. Yeah, we were average, but Dame just sucks at defense. He's older now, not as quick. You know, he's got some injuries at this point, and they aren't getting any healthier. Like, Middleton has not played the entire season. Apparently, the quote from Doc was like, he's getting closer, but he's not there yet, which who knows what the hell that means. I mean, getting closer can mean he's gone from 20% healed to 25% healed. Yeah. So he's getting closer, but he's still a long ways away. So until they actually put a timetable when this guy's going to be back out on the court, I'm not going to feel good about it. And then you look at the rest of the roster. I mean, Dame, Giannis, Middleton, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, Planet Pat, Torian Prince, all are over the age of 29. All aren't getting any younger, and it kind of goes hand in hand with like the defensive point. It's like Brook Lopez is, you know, a great interior defender, but he's 36, can't move like he used to. Dame obviously can't move like he used to. So a lot of the time on defense, they're just relying on Giannis to basically just cover for everyone. You know, he can't maintain that level for an entire game. And the biggest thing is, like, unlike last year where their defense was really bad, but their offense was like borderline elite, this year their offense has just been very pedestrian. I mean, Giannis and Dame are still putting up pretty good numbers. Giannis is averaging 31 and 12 on 62% shooting. Dame's putting up 26 on basically his career averages shooting the ball. But man, they are really missing Chris Middleton as that consistent third scorer. Because right now they're leaning on Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez, and Torian Prince to make up the scoring. And then beyond that, you have guys like Planet Pat and Gary Trent who were supposed to, you know, spread the floor for you and give you some threes. And they're both shooting in the mid-20s from three this year.
Yeah, the supporting cast just isn't great. Like, you got your stars, but then outside of it, like you said, like Gary Trent, Planet Pat have not been good. AJ Green, you know, just had that good game. Maybe he can build off of that, but they just don't have a lot of like legit rotation guys. And as we've highlighted in previous videos, you need deep teams who can shoot, who can play defense, like the Boston Celtics have, like OKC has, to win titles.
That's another thing I noticed. Like, I was looking at the basketball reference page. They're really only playing like 6 or 7 guys. Yeah. Like, after that, it's like, maybe another guy will get in for like 10 minutes, but they're playing their top 6 guys like 25, 30 plus minutes a game, and then it kind of falls off a cliff.
I mean, reinforcements might be coming out. I've heard they're targeting Lonnie Walker, so he can change everything. But yeah, the supporting cast just isn't there, and if you're going to have the bad defense with Dame, you have to have an elite offense. And right now, they don't have that either. So, I mean, I don't have a ton of faith with this.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. The fans making some noise here at the Knicks Arena. The New York Knicks are getting settled in. Now here's Brunson. Bridges outside. Shot clock at 6. Crafty move. And Davis sends it back.
It's the length of Davis that makes it so hard to shoot over top of.
Here's Russell. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Arguably one of the best bigs of his generation, Anthony Davis. I know you admire his game.
Well, he takes over the game on both ends of the floor. You would look at a Tim Duncan, a Kevin Garnett, a guy that can beat you with 5 blocks, or a guy that can dominate the post and score 25 a night.
And it's Brunson missing.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
To the middle. And it's Davis finishing it off.
What do you want? Agility, he's got it. Height, he's got it. Davis has every advantage on this play. Defenses just can't effectively counter him.
Now, here's Bridges. Towns, high post. And Davis pulls it down.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Pass to Hayes. Back to Russell. And here is Davis. Reeves outside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And here's Brunson. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Tom Thibodeau. D.A.?
He told me, now that team goes as Anthony Davis goes. When AD is feeling good and he's in rhythm, everything clicks. Coach said we'll need a team effort at both ends. Our communication has to be excellent, and even then, we're not going to completely stop him. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
Pass to Towns. Some nice passing by New York here. Brunson outside. 5 on the clock. Towns the screen. Fires top of the key. And Davis pulls it down. The Lakers trail. It's LeBron with the drive. And James throws it down hard.
And what an explosive finisher LeBron is, rocking the rim whenever he goes up like that.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Hart. Anunoby right side. Out to Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. And Richard, talking about Anthony Davis for a second here. When healthy, he's still one of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah, his health has always been a question mark for quite a while, Kevin. But make no mistake, when AD's good to go, he's one of the best players in the world.
And Anunoby slams it in.
Love the way Bridges moves that ball around. Always comes out of his hands crisp, on time, and on target.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. To the left wing. Back to Hayes. Pass to Reeves. James wide open. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That's his first foul. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. They set the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Brunson. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Here's James. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. James has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
It could go. And there's the horn. We've seen some good defense on both sides, and the score is still close. It's the Knicks leading by just 1. After this break. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Winning the turnover battle is so important. They've been sharp so far, and it's showing up on the scoreboard.
Here's James. And Richard, you've watched LeBron James over the years. His approach never wavers. It never changes.
He is all business all the time, on the court, off the court. The consistency of his focus and mental toughness is unbelievable. And when you think of LeBron, his competitive spirit is, to me, the first thing that comes to mind. All this guy wants to do is win all the time.
Brunson, left side. Here's Anunoby. The rebound by James. The Lakers in the lead. Here's Russell to the paint. And stolen by Anunoby. Hart with it. Defended by Reeves. Now Towns. Hasn't made one yet. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. New York moving the ball around. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Hayes. Pass to James. Outside for Davis. Releases. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Anunoby. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Knicks shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Pass to Bridges. Back to Brunson. New York needs to get off a shot. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
There's a good screen. Back to Hayes. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. And finished off by Davis.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to talk to his guys. New York trailing. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team, and it's not just because they're winning. It's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Brunson with it. Picked up by Davis. Towns wide open. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Oh, what a find. The ball just comes out of Brunson's hands on time. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Bridges. He has yet to score. Pass to Brunson. And it's denied. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. LeBron James is still dominating at an age where most players are well into their retirement. How does he do it? He said, show up, put the work in, and then go out and trust it. I'm just trying to push the limit. See how far I can take this thing. It's me versus Father Time. Kevin, back to you.
And David, that's one you're always going to win against Father Time. Hey, thank you for the report. And that one falls for Bridges. Richard, one thing you don't see Mikal Bridges do is miss games. He is always out there.
I think it would take a lot to make him sit out of a game. He is committed to being there for his team. It's so impressive.
Pass to Russell. Inside. Towns with the steal. This is his second attempt at the line tonight. The free throw drops for Towns.
You know, the size, talent, and fearlessness of Towns is a lethal concoction, a prime-time player who poses many problems for the defense.
Bridges with it. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I consider Mikal Bridges a high motor player. He's always ready to turn up his energy if he thinks it will help him get the better of you.
And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
Poked away. Bridges with the steal. Stolen by Reeves. Back to Russell. Pass to James. It's rebounded by Anunoby. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for New York. They trail by 1. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. .29 seconds left in the first half of the game. Bridges outside. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. Here's Brunson.
That is a good shot contest by AD. Look, when he's got the size, he's got everything there. You might have to pick another shot.
Russell with a wide open look. Los Angeles with another miss. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Lakers lead by 1. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. The Lakers in the lead. To the inside. Outside for Davis. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Reeves in the corner. James in the post. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And it's the level of creativity that separates LeBron. It's second to none because he's such an incredible ball handler also.
Brunson surveying the D. Clock at 6. Towns the screen. Brunson stays agile and finds his opening inside.
And defensively, if you are not on point, Brunson more than capable of finishing inside.
Pass to Hayes. Shoots over Anunoby. And Mikal Bridges pulls it down. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Now, here's Bridges. Six to shoot. For the lead. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Pass to Davis. Inside. Shoots over Anunoby. And Davis can't get it to go.
How did he break that one? He smoked it. Everything was set up for that to be an easy basket.
On the wing, Bridges. Hits it from three-point range.
Timeout.
Bridges has got 7 points.
Look at that catch and shoot ability from Bridges. Not all forwards have that skill.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Pass to Russell. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by New York. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
LeBron James charging through contact.
And making it look easy, LeBron overwhelms the defense inside.
Pass to Bridges. Outside, Towns. Here's Hart, covered by Hayes. It's stolen by Davis. Here we go, all alone. James gets the bucket. LeBron's got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
When LeBron is being aggressive on offense, you got to make a change. You can't let him just have his way.
Pass to Towns. Down low. Here's Sims. Shot clock at 5. Yes! And the foul. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, an incredible offensive force. Towns showing that strength and touch off. This guy can do it all.
The free throw drops for Towns. Lakers trail by 3. Reeves outside. To the middle. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. .110 left in the third quarter. Now McBride. Still without a basket. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Sims. And so the ball's out of bounds. Hachimura touched it last.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. And New York making a change here. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Just lost his head out there. It'll happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
And New York making a change here. The Lakers trail. James in the post. And he drops in the layup off the glass. LeBron's got 8 points in the quarter.
Powerful move by LeBron inside, not letting anything stop him from getting his shot.
To the paint. Here's Sims. There's the killer two-handed slam. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
And Hayes throws it down.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Yep, that one goes.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Pass to Hayes. He's looking for James and finds him.
And LeBron used to getting hit. This is the level of attention this man attracts from the D.
For Los Angeles, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. No good on the free throw.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time. The shot's good from Hayes.
And letting a guy sneak by for a putback off a free throw, that is inexcusable.
Here's McBride, and he banks in the layup. And the Knicks lead by 1.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's the Knicks up by 1. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of 3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. High arcing shot. Anunoby has the open look. Out to Brunson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Lays it up off the glass.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
James in the post. It's rebounded by New York. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Here's Sims. Brunson outside. The baseline J. Brunson with another miss. Lakers trailed by 3. James with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. Offensive rebound. Back to LeBron. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got the lead up to 5 now for the Knicks.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, J.J. Redick's message with his team was simple. They said, let's lock in, keep our focus. We need everyone down the stretch. Now his players looked engaged, so I think the message got across. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Off the inbound. James gets inside and finishes.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
A stop or two in the next minute or so, and they could even this game up. Great job to keep battling.
And here's Brunson. That shot off. James right side.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's Bridges, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 3.
A nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
Right side Davis. Reeves outside. To the middle. Pass to Davis. Oh, and Anthony Davis is too much at the rim.
This is where Davis excels. The stakes motivate him to play with reckless abandon. Oh, my gracious.
Towns at the elbow. Out to Brunson. New York moving the ball around. Bridges inside. Towns, he's open. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Pass to Bridges. The kick out to Towns. A second chance effort. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Lakers trail. Outside Russell to take the lead. Buries it from outside.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Left side, Towns. Towns is doubled. On deep, Brunson. And the Knicks miss again.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
Hayes. Rebounded by Hart. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here. Nerves never show through. Brunson as calm and cool as they come down the stretch.
Pass to Davis. Towns with the steal. Brunson with it. On the wing, Bridges. For the win. Gets the game winner to fall.
All zeros on the clock as he drains the game winner.
The Heroes finish in their